Welcome, viewers of Asian Chamber Podcast. I know I'm not your usual host today. My name is Princess Cervantes. I am a board member of the Asian Chamber, and also I'm the Vice President, Director of Operations for Freestyle. We're a local marketing and advertising agency, and we're also an Asian Chamber member. So the reason that I'm here today is because I am wanting to interview one of the people that I have worked so closely with in the last 11 years. He is very full of wisdom. He's accomplished a lot of great things in his life and career so far. And he's a very well-respected member of our community. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you all to Vahid Farzaneh.
Well, thank you so much for that introduction.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today, Vahid.
Thank you.
But tell us a little bit about you to begin with, starting with your background.
So yes, I was born and raised in Norman, Oklahoma. I went to OU, got a degree in film, graduated in 2007. But while I was in college, I bounced around majors a little bit. I was a psychology major, zoology major, a business major, and then finished with a film degree. I come from a family of entrepreneurs. I worked in my dad's business, Home Creations, over the years growing up. Summers while in school, worked in various different departments, from being a superintendent to building homes, support staff, helping with the marketing department, being a sales consultant, all four of those positions throughout the years. So when I graduated, I feel like I kind of had a business practical experience or a degree, almost like I understood a bit of business, and I saw my dad build a company from when it was an office desk in his master bedroom. And that's how Freestyle started.
Yeah.
It was literally, I took over the entire master bedroom, and that became the suite, the studio. And then one of the rooms, it was a 4-bedroom. One of the rooms was the editing suite. And then me and my brother, remember, right? We'd sleep in the other 2 rooms. And that was kind of like the Freestyle's technically first office, you know? And even before that, when I was a student, just had my little desk that I had to do work on.
Yeah.
So the transition felt, very simple. But yeah, I just grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. Always wanted to, leave my own mark and create my own vision. And I really enjoyed filming creativity and storytelling and filmmaking. I always tell people, I feel like film videos, they are like one of the ultimate form of creativity, because it's like music, sound, colors, emotion. There's so much packed into it, and it can really influence people like in a good way, and motivate them or excite them or make them feel. It's an experience. So I think it's very beautiful, and it's fun to be able to do that for a living. Like I enjoy you have to find your passion. That's something I was passionate about. And so out of college, I started Freestyle. Right out of college. I was actually technically freelancing the year before. So I had already had momentum, had some clients, and I started doing that full time right out of school, and just really scrappy. Make a little bit of money, get a loan, get a camera, pay off the loan, get more gear, start renting out the gear as well to make additional income, edit, and just slowly, organically, but surely growing it.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about like my bio, and I've put my hands in a little bit of everything here and there, but we can get to that later.
Yeah, for sure.
So Freestyle is a marketing advertising agency. We specialize in video production, graphic design, marketing and advertising. We specialize in the behavior change in health sectors, fintech, and tourism. Those are some of our specialties, amongst many more, but those are our main ones. And we just love helping our clients market themselves, whether it's just advertising, lead generation, or behavior change. So yeah.
May 21, 2007.
You remember that.
Officially opened the LLC for Freestyle.
Wow. I forget the May 21st, you said?
Yeah, that was graduation probably.
Probably. I do remember like I got done with my finals. I think I was even done early, like maybe a few days before that. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go form that LLC. And I think I did it that week school was ending, just so I can like hit the ground running. And I know a lot of people that would take a year off or they take some time off. I was already working for the year before just to build that client roster, freelancing. And I was so motivated and excited to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
I could do whatever I wanted. Versus school, nothing against school. It's very structured, and that's good. But I had the freedom
Yeah. The
to do
free.
anything I wanted,
Yeah.
and I loved that. That was probably the best part of it.
That is awesome. Well, yeah, so you touched on work ventures. Home Creations is where you started and essentially grew up there with the family business and then started Freestyle. Do you want to talk about some of your other ventures too?
Oh, sure. Yeah, freestyle. I did talk about home creation. I'll go back to home creation, then I'll quickly go through. So home creation, home building business, our family business. My dad started that, built one house the first year. Like that was how the business started 45 years ago, 1981, to now we build 500, 600 homes a year, over 13,000 homes built over the years in Oklahoma. And that to me, it's a mind-blowing statistic that like
Mm-hmm.
some big shoes to fill with accomplishments there. That's pretty impressive. Um, but to see that and to be a part of it today has been a blessing, and it's amazing because we are able to give back to the community
Mm-hmm.
because of it. So that's really rewarding. Freestyle, the marketing advertising agency that we discussed, that started off as a video production company and now is a full service marketing advertising agency and still growing. We're
Mm-hmm.
just loving what we're doing. We're very passionate about it. We have a huge impact for Oklahoma and our clients, and it's been very rewarding. Whether it's behavior change or helping our clients get more leads, or just general awareness, it's been amazing. And then the third one, which is like the investments. So over the years, I've been investing in different, startups and films. Startups through Cortado Ventures. It's a private equity, and we, invest in startups in Oklahoma majority.
Mm-hmm.
And we've invested in Invest.Her, so female founded companies in Oklahoma and beyond, and also films. I just, growing up, being a film major, and what got me originally started was the passion for movies and films and producing films over the years. Um, we are now in a position where we can, lightly invest in movies. It's
Mm-hmm.
films are not like, I feel like films are like the opposite of the real estate. Real estate has like a very fixed, structured, predictable return on investment.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very
Compared to
predictable.
film.
Film does not have a very fixed, predictable.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard the other day someone was telling me like 4% chance of break even is a typical for an independent film.
Mm-hmm.
Studios is different. Studios, they kind of control the theaters and distribution
Mm-hmm.
pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
Independent filmmakers do not have control over the pipeline. So it is, a lot of them are passion projects.
Yeah.
And
But
helping
even
artists.
the indie films that you invest in, that is like it's based here in Oklahoma City.
Yes.
So it's
Create
funding
jobs.
money into Oklahoma City
Absolutely.
and Oklahoma City based filmmakers, right?
Exactly. Creatives, they
Mm-hmm.
are able to make a living. So I, I love it. I think it's so important for just people
Yeah.
to do that. Art is so important. A lot of times it might get overlooked because people are so focused on a job,
Yeah.
specific degree, or working at a business, or just getting a job done versus
Yeah.
forgetting about the creative. That's what makes us human.
Yeah. Yeah. And when people think about like for profit, then they're just like, oh, art,
Yeah, art, we don't make profit.
entertainment
Yeah.
industry, those
So
kinds of
they
things.
see it as a waste or like not
Yeah.
contributing, but it really does.
It absolutely does. And then, if you think about it, let's say, for example, you're at home, you want to relax. What's the first thing you do? You turn on the TV, watch a movie.
Entertainment,
Yeah, entertainment, exactly.
relax,
Mm-hmm.
mental health.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so
It's very
that's
important. Thank you for
awesome.
that piece.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump into talking more about freestyle. So, first thing that I wanted to ask, of course, I know this, but I want everyone else listening to know this as well. How and why did you decide to start freestyle? And you touched on it a little bit already.
Sure. My thoughts are always like in thought bubbles, like multiple thought bubbles. How and why did I start freestyle? I think part of it was I wanted to leave my mark and build something. The freedom of building something was something I was drawn to naturally. Seeing my dad do it, watching him do it, made me feel comfortable and confident. Like, okay, see my dad do it, so I guess I can do it as well. And then finding what I'm passionate about, and that was, it started off as filmmaking and video production was the start of it, which eventually became marketing, advertising, and full service. But that start, I was very passionate about. And I loved everything about it, like everything from like learning the lighting, the tech behind the camera, the editing, the software, the whole capturing everything and storytelling.
Yeah, how it all
Making
came together.
how it all came together and how people emotionally connect with visual storytelling, I was very passionate about, and I just really enjoyed it. And I was like, let's do this. Let's go and see what happens. And I didn't know any better. I was like, yeah, we're gonna be very successful. It's gonna be great. And I started the company in 07, right before 08, the market crash, like the whole economy.
Yeah.
And that was a big challenge. There were definitely, I think, starting a company at a time where, we're in a recession is very challenging, but also really rewarding if you're able to make it through. It makes you very resilient, very, very, very disciplined. And I don't know if we'd be as successful if I had started it in a, booming economy. I don't know, just my habits that I formed early on, the fundamentals. Absolutely. Very powerful.
And you've done it twice.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, through 07, 08, and also through the pandemic.
The pandemic, yeah, just make it through tough times. And a lot of times what I've seen is you make it through a tough time, you come out the other end way better. So like these are sometimes blessings in disguise that, just make you better at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so more successful.
I love that. So what is your vision for freestyle in the next decade and beyond?
Yeah. So next decade and beyond, it's obviously very hard to predict, but you know this already. I want to grow the agency, go beyond just Oklahoma. But obviously, there's some key industries we want to really expand into. Obviously, tourism is one of them, behavior change, health, fintech. These are all areas we really want to grow into and keep expanding. But I like to think beyond that in other cities as well, and have a footprint maybe in Colorado and Texas and beyond. So like that is definitely part of the vision. I think tech is going to really shift how we think about business for every business. AI and tech, it's just, it might get to a point to where every company is going to be a tech company, a tech and like home building company, tech and a marketing company, tech and, yeah.
So not just our industry and marketing.
Oh, I think it's
going to be all the industries.
I think AI is just going to keep getting more and more advanced. From using AI like 3 years ago, whenever I saw ChatGPT came out 3 or 4 years ago, till today, just seeing where it's progressed, even with video. Now you have audio, you have presentations, you have coding. I mean, I've experimented. I've developed a couple apps through just small little fun little apps. Like I did like a tic-tac-toe 3 in a row. This is embarrassing. And then a Pong game on the Apple Watch that runs through a simulator using cloud AI. Just trying to understand like what it can do, what the capabilities are, and for me to understand, because I think I need to understand this stuff. Because I mean, nobody can predict what 10 years from now is going to look like. Yeah, I think 10 years ago we wouldn't have not predicted. At least average person would not have predicted what AI could do today. Yeah, that is to me kind of still surprising of what it can do. Yeah, but I think we have to be adaptable and very strategic and watch the industries and trends and educate ourselves and implement properly. And I think that allows us to potentially accelerate. If you do it right, I think you can grow at a multiple instead of at a 10-20% growth. So I'm me, I'm optimistic. And I think we can have a really bright future ahead of us. So I definitely want to expand. That's the short answer. That's the long answer, medium answer. I don't know. That was an answer.
I'm glad that we're talking about AI because I think this is something that in the world that we live in now, people are scared of it. Yes. They're either scared of it or they love this. Yes. Yes. And so that resistance, I feel like, is something that it's a hurdle that people need to overcome.
As a creative, when things sometimes shifted, like the basics of fundamentals of filmmaking, you would shoot vertical versus horizontal. Sorry. Horizontal versus vertical in filmmaking versus social. Just the way the story filmmaking, your eyes, just the framing, how it all worked, and then seeing everything go vertical on an iPhone to me was jarring as a creator. I was like, oh, that just don't look right. Why is everybody like that? That shift for me was challenging, but then I accepted it. I'm like, okay, we just gotta film it in this manner and do it, and that's how people are watching on their phone. That's the medium, the platform they're on.
Yeah, but back then it was like, oh, that's very amateur, right?
Yeah, it felt very like, and I feel like AI, like that's gonna be the same. It's like, oh, that's AI, it just looks really bad. Like I see the same thing. When I went we were shooting digital. When I started, people were still using film and filmmaking. When you shot digital, you weren't considered a filmmaker. A filmmaker is film maker. Like, digital like
Digital
exposure. It's just you're making movies, but the whole industry has shifted. I mean, there's very few films that shoot on film to do the chemical reaction in the lab and to edit them. Like it's just that process is very rare. I mean, what was your question again? Just so I can reconnect it. I know how to do with AI. You said AI.
Oh, yes, people are afraid of AI.
Afraid
They're
of AI.
resisting
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's natural. Anything that's
it.
groundbreaking, people are really resisting. I think that's human nature. And that's valid to validate that thought process or whatever that is. So I think it's not a bad thing. But ultimately, I've seen technology always win.
Yeah.
Cars. Right, when we drove here, we didn't walk here. Like
Yeah.
little stuff. We didn't ride a horse here.
Yeah.
So websites, social media, the way we capture content. No one's doing film photography. They're doing digital on iPhones now. It's like how I used to be a cinematographer. Like my camera is an iPhone now. Like that's just kind of funny to think about. Where I was certified on red cameras, and now I'm shooting everything on an iPhone. It cracks me up
So much
sometimes.
more portable for
Like
sure.
wow, it's in my pocket though. Like it's accessible.
Yeah.
But I think AI is going to be definitely the next big one. Trusting it is going to be. There's challenges there. Self-driving cars came out. My car, I have a Tesla, and I was very fascinated by that. And I think it was 6, 7 years ago that they were kind of selling on the idea that this is a full self-driving car, and it took 6 years, 7 years to get there. And now it's very advanced. It's kind of like what I thought it would be, maybe a little bit sooner. It took a little bit of time to get there, but vehicles and self-driving, like an error can kill someone. So it's like there's a cost to the error. It won't just be the app crashed. It'll be the person is the vehicle crashed. That's a
But
little
you make a
different.
great point, Vahid, because you're saying that about self-driving cars.
Sure.
But even when cars were invented, that's what people were afraid of. We're dying from this.
You're gonna run into somebody. It's a weapon on wheels. You can run into a building. People, it's dangerous. You shouldn't do it. Absolutely.
Now we're still here
Driving cars, safety regulations, rules in place. I think AI is gonna have the same thing with like you get your videos that are look real, but maybe that individual didn't say it. So it's like making sure we can distinguish what's real, what's not is very important. That's just on the video side, but even like on coding and software development, like if I can say, hey, we'll just use QuickBooks as an example because you and I are in QuickBooks a lot. If I say, hey, AI, in 5 years, maybe I can say, hey, build me an app like QuickBooks. Now if it runs and functions like QuickBooks, now do we cancel our subscription to QuickBooks because we have a in-house built QuickBooks? So I'm just using it as an example. It'll be probably maybe 10 years. I don't know. I can't predict the future of when it's going to get to that level of voice to app development, but that's the direction it's going. And I think people just have to really think about how this is going to impact them and adapt properly and not resist it, especially being a creative. I think that's the hardest part. This is your art, this is your work. And now this AI is doing it. And what was it trained on? Was it trained on other artists like you? So is it stealing the content? But then again, you can also argue, well, as a creative, I learned by watching other people's creative. So am I
Creative Commons.
Yeah.
Thing,
Yeah. I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan. If my films are like Christopher Nolan, am I copying Christopher? Like, I'm just using it as an example. So yeah, it's a bit complicated. I think you have to be very careful and very smart about developing it, but I think tech tends to win, so we have to be mindful of that. You got to be smart about it.
Well, you were saying, Vahid, that AI, it's gonna touch all different industries. What would you say to small businesses and people who are scared of it in any industry, really?
Yeah, I mean, you have to learn it. I think
Learn it.
you have to learn it. You have to know what not to do with it, what to do with it, what it's for. And how you can maybe set up like that for a small business. I think the easiest way to use AI is automate some of the tasks that were more time intensive. I'll start with something very simple like email drafting. Maybe I'd have to proof an email or a document I'm sending somebody. It would take more time, but now I'm able to proof it faster and maybe send off more emails quicker because now I'm able to, with the same amount of time, compose more forms of communication. That's just on a simple level. Just do basic research, online research. Like you used to have to go online, Google search something, and then go to the site and then dig through and dig through, like really spend time digging through and pulling out the information. But now I can tell AI does all that for me instantly. It pulls exactly
in a conversational way.
In a conversational way, in a very natural way, very comfortable way. And that whole typing of the thumbs, I remember doing that. Man, my thumbs or the keyboard. It's like you just talk naturally
Mhm.
and it understands what you're saying. I think that was a huge breakthrough.
Yeah.
And it can A/B test stuff for you. I mean, I've done it storyboard stuff for you. Like you used to have to sketch stuff. I used to, as a filmmaker, use a DSLR and I would film something so I know what my aperture was, what the lens I shot, what my framing was, how it all connects. So we would do a shot list and I would edit the story. So that's how I make my short film with the commercial.
Mhm.
Now I can tell them, well, here's what kind of shots I need, and it just composes the concept. So
Mhm.
now I can actually visually communicate the vision better. So I think that's a pro. Like you can still be a filmmaker, but do a better job communicating the vision. And you can also see that vision a little more clear, and then you can pivot and adjust before getting into production. So it can make your craft better.
Mhm.
Some people try to use a shortcut to completely replace it, then it's, I don't think it's there, and I think it still needs a human touch for a long time,
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe forever.
Yeah. I can see that. Oh, cool. Let's digress a little bit
Yes.
on basketball, but I think that actually like plays really well into business.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love basketball. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, because like you were saying, you've got these people who are three-pointer shooters and they already know they have a proven track record.
yes,
But then what about all the younger ones that are
yeah,
coming up and coming?
exactly.
How can you help train them up?
Develop them absolutely to get better. And if you keep giving it to the person who's shooting the shot,
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the team won't be as good,
Yeah.
which effectively long term will hurt you as a team. Because
Yeah.
at some point, people are going to crack the code and realize, oh, here's how we
It's always
guard this
this other
one or two
person. Yeah.
people. I mean, everybody knows it's him, but it's like the strategy on guarding him is getting even more aggressive and better.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to show that, ooh, we can't rely on him too much.
Mm-hmm.
We need to
That's why it's
shift up
called a team,
the
right?
team. Yeah. And plus, like, you want to get the easy bucket.
Yeah.
That's the point of basketball is get the easy bucket. Like, I
Mhm.
hate it's dramatically the theater of like a Michael Jordan slam dunk or the way Russell Westbrook used to play, just so aggressive, is pretty entertaining.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, what wins a championship is what Golden State Warriors did: shoot, give Steph Curry, make that easy three. Like, I mean, it's not the most entertaining game, but you have to take the the shots that have the highest percentage of success.
Yeah.
That's the strategy.
In basketball
And
and
that's
business.
business. Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
switching gears, let's talk about being a minority. So I wanted to ask you, Vahid, what is it like to be a minority here in Greater Oklahoma City Metro?
Being in a city, I think it's very good.
Mhm.
I'm sure different cities have different experiences, but it's been fantastic in Oklahoma City. I think it's a very inclusive city. I have never personally felt anything bad being a minority, but when you grow up and you go to school and you're in a smaller town, people look for reasons to bully you. It could be the color of your hair. It could be, you're too light, you're too dark. They're just like you're too heavy, you're too light, whatever it may be. Um, but overall, it's been good. I think there's pros to it, like you stand out.
Mhm.
Like when you're a minority, you stand out.
Mhm.
So that's a pro. Um, Sometimes you might have to work harder to earn that business,
Mhm.
potentially. Just assuming here. So there's pros and cons to it.
Yeah. Something you had mentioned to me in the past is that Persians and people from Middle East are in the continent of Asia.
Yes.
Hence, they are Asian.
And say, I guess, and like, I'm like, what do you do? Back when they did those like tests, like, put your ethnicity in there. I was like, well, Middle East isn't in there.
Yeah.
I'm not Europe, so it's like where there's Africa, Europe, and Asia. There's a year three. It's like okay, it's in Asia, so I guess
Yeah.
Asian. So
Yeah.
so we would always put in Asian in there, so that
Yeah.
maybe we're getting counted towards the Asian, which is great. But I think a lot of the world thinks of a different group versus Middle East. I think of Middle East differently, but
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's great being part of the Asian organization. It's actually really good to be able to be with such a well-educated group. Nothing against any other. I feel like that group they're very, very highly educated because the culture emphasizes
Mhm.
education significantly. Like especially the ones that get the opportunity to come to America. So I feel like Persian. I'll speak on Persians.
Mhm.
They say like, oh, if someone comes to America, they won the lottery.
Mhm.
There's like a term they use for it. It's like, oh, you win the lottery. We came to America. We can have a job.
The American
The
dream.
American dream. We get to
Yeah.
go buy and own a house,
Yeah.
get a job, take our kids to school, get a good education. Their future is going to be so much better. So that American dream of like the opportunity, the business entrepreneurial opportunity. So I see like a lot of entrepreneurs that do get here hustle very hard because they understand that this is a rare opportunity.
Mhm.
They appreciate, value it, and take it very seriously. And I'm not saying everybody's like that, but a lot are.
Mhm.
And, like my dad worked very hard. He worked 7-day weeks. That's not normal culturally to be like, we talk about, balance, which is very important. I think I find myself sometimes working more hours than I probably should, especially with having kids. You have kids. They're only that age for 1 year, and they grow up. So
Yeah.
just prioritizing things properly. We can get back to work once they move out. I can work 80-hour weeks. I have nothing better to do. But when you're really passionate about what you do, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
It's just. I remember doing a time and movement study.
Mhm.
One of my business coaches taught me a time and movement study to see where you put your time.
Mm.
And I kind of uncovered I was working 70 hours
Mhm. This
week
was
regularly.
when? Within the last couple of years?
No, this is like when I was working with Rob Garibay,
Like a
20,
decade ago.
yes. Since
Mhm.
I've had kids, things have changed. I will say this, I cannot work like I used to.
Mhm.
Pre-kids and post-kids is a
Mhm.
different work ethic, Vahid.
Mhm.
Not that I'm not working as hard, it's just I have to think very
Yeah.
differently. I can't throw time at the problem,
Yeah. It's a
like,
different time in
aggressively.
your life. Yeah.
Yes. So, you wanna be there for kids' basketball games.
Mhm.
You have to be there. Um, they wanna hang out. When I play chess with my son, or my daughter wants to make a fun little acting video, watch her dance. She wants
Mhm.
to play play pretend when she was younger, and now she's acting and stuff, so that's great. Um, but yeah, just having that balance
Yeah.
is very important. I go all over the place, so if you wanna get me back on the tracks, let me
No,
know.
this is
I can
perfect.
help
I
answer
love
the
it.
questions better.
You did answer some of the other questions I was going to ask you. So let's see. What else did I want to ask you about? Let's switch gears just a little bit. So how has the Asian Chamber supported you and your business, Freestyle, as a
Absolutely.
member?
They connect okay, the Asian Chamber has just been so nice. Everyone's
Mhm.
so positive and they're inclusive. They just wanna help each other. They genuinely wanna help each other, and I think it's a very, favorable for businesses when a group just wants to help each other.
Absolutely.
It's tough to already start a business, and to do it by yourself is even harder, and to
Yeah.
have a group that can mentor you, connect you with bankers, and get deals. They've already I'll tell you this, I met with a member really high up with Asian Chamber, and I really picked their brain on how they did real estate and real estate investments, and I learned a lot from how I now do business
Mhm.
just from having a lunch or a coffee and having a mentor me, like, in that industry. So there's a lot of experience sharing
Mhm.
and mentorship that exists, and people are just trying to help each other. They're not trying to keep people down. They're trying to raise everybody up like a
Mhm.
rising tide, raises all ships. So
Yeah. And that's the value of the Asian Chamber,
yeah,
right? Is lift everybody up all together
exactly.
collectively. So
And they have fun events. So it's like also they're making it fun, and they're
yeah.
just a fun group of
Yeah.
people. It just when you're having fun and you're learning
Yeah.
and you're having fun and that you're implementing to make like a better living for yourself, like
Mhm.
make more money so you have a better like it's a
Yeah.
win-win all around.
Yeah.
If you can be in the part of the Asian Chamber, you should totally take that opportunity and be
Mhm.
a part of the Asian Chamber. And we're
Yeah.
very happy and lucky that we're a part of it. And thank you, Princess, for representing us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will also add, even though we're called the Asian Chamber, right? That doesn't mean that we're excluding any other
Correct.
cultures.
Exactly.
Like what you and I were talking about, Persians are, yes, in Asia,
Yeah.
but we're not excluding any other countries
Sure.
outside of that. So, yeah.
That's fantastic. That's great to include everybody. And I think it's also good for the community to see how involved, for example, the people who started the Asian Chamber are in the community, the restaurants, the businesses, the construction, the real estate. There's so much they do and contribute
Hmm.
to the community and give back to
Hmm.
sponsorships and just helping nonprofits,
Yeah.
help pay taxes, help essentially helps with schools, roads, fire department, police
Hmm.
contribute. And that's very good for a city.
Yeah. Yeah. We are economic drivers, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
Big economic drivers and education. Like it's a healthy city needs that.
mhm.
It helps everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah. And not to forget, like, the history of the first Asians who came here migrating to Oklahoma City and the hardships that they've gone through,
Mhm.
minorities in general, really. and where we are today and how
Sure.
they paved the path for us and our
Yeah.
generation to be a little bit easier. So,
Oh, absolutely. It's like the people who started it went through the hardest and they
yeah.
made it easier for us. So it's like that road was
And then
being
we take it
paved.
for
And
granted.
we take it for granted. This is great. This is awesome. Easy chamber. It's like
Yeah.
easy chamber. This is a fun chamber. It's like
Yeah.
those people had to go through all the hardship.
Yeah.
But if you build on that momentum,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be even more powerful for that next generation.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how their future is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that is me and my wife always talk about the future that the kids have. And like when we used to travel, we would stay in a Motel 8. That was our vacation. We would eat McDonald's for breakfast. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
We thought it was great. We didn't
Yeah.
know anything better. But now, like when we travel, I'm like, man, it's like we might need to go back to that Motel 8 so these kids can recalibrate and see that, that amazing buffet they have for brunch.
Yeah.
And it's just so different. So it's good to see, like, it's rewarding to see that progress.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's also, I'd say, really good for them to see how it was for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then for them to realize where they need to take it
Mm-hmm.
from here.
Yeah, I love that. What advice would you give to the next generation of minority entrepreneurs and leaders?
Stick together, help each other, help everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just help each other, help everybody. But that kind of shows that you guys are big community drivers in every aspect, in every category. And we're all just people trying to help each other. That's ultimately what it is. And being connected and helping one another is so important for all groups.
Mm-hmm.
So just being as inclusive as possible is awesome. And that just, because if you start focusing on, here's what I think: if a small minority is constantly helping each other, that minority becomes extremely powerful. Now you're like counterproductive because now you're in a way discriminating towards a minority group to have a lot of influence. Now you're alienating every other minority group or every other group. So it's like to be balanced and to be inclusive of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wins, and that's the way to do it. So
Yeah,
I truly
absolutely.
believe that.
Well said.
Thank you.
Let's see. Shifting gears, now that we're almost at the end of our podcast show, wanted to talk to you more about what you do for fun.
Oh, what I do for fun? I work for fun.
No, you do a lot of other things.
I do a lot. She's always surprised. Princess, you're always surprised on all the things I do. I've always gotten this feedback throughout my whole career. Wow, you are very active. You do a lot. I get that from. I still to this day. I got people told me that last night at the Addies. Like, man, you do a lot of different things. And,
you have 25 hours a day.
I have 25. I have an extra hour. I have one more hour than everybody else. For fun. I mean, besides the kids and besides work is fun. Like going to Addie's last night was very fun, but it was also work because I'm networking. So I see that as also fun. So networking is fun. Continued learning, using AI is fun, but it's also like helping them work, learning about continued learning. And then health, I think, is very important for success for various different things. Right now, we give time to make, money. And we sacrifice that. And if you work too hard or you don't take care of yourself, you have now shortened your lifespan unintentionally. Nobody can predict how long we're going to live. You just never know. Something can happen, but we were talking about the blue zone diet and the blue zone, the diet they had. People can live some of those people live 90 to 100. So for me, I've been trying to make health a bit of a hobby. So how do we live longer, better life, less stress? So the hobbies are important. They come into play. So like I have a vegetable garden. I love growing vegetables, like producing no chemicals. It's all natural. I just enjoy that. So it's a hobby, but it's also like has a more than a multi-purpose of health benefit and living longer.
Yeah, you're literally enjoying the fruits of your labor.
Literally, it's so much fun when you come home. Like for the longest time, I'd come home and I go check on my garden. I should probably go check on my kids first. It was kind of. I was like, man, this is an interesting habit. I just can see how the garden's doing. But that playing basketball, I've always loved playing basketball, being active. Maybe it's like the competitiveness of it, making a shot. It's like scoring. It's like winning. Constantly, like winning is fun.
That's your personality.
Winning is fun. Team sports, using as a team, and assist. Like there's so many different components. As I get older, I have to like watch it more than play. I don't play as much as I I used to play basketball like every 6 days a week,
Mm-hmm.
4 hours a day. It was insane. And just as I get older, now it's like 2 hours a week, which is really embarrassingly low. But I'm 42, so I'm looking forward to my kids getting a little bit older so we can play more basketball, but in a fun way, not too aggressive, just fun basketball. He's at a phase that maybe I can start playing basketball with him lightly,
Mm-hmm.
5 days a week. That'd be awesome.
Lightly.
Lightly. It's very different when I play a game versus playing with my son. Like
Yeah.
lightly, we're teaching. It's a teaching moment. I'm playing chess with my son a lot now. That's fun.
Awesome.
Just to see him, just to see my kids be better than me at the things I did is fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
My son at 7 played basketball. He scored a shot in a game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I started playing on a team until like 8th, 9th grade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, the age gap there, he's so much better than me at basketball already, just out the
Yeah.
gate. At chess, I mean, he genuinely, I don't hold back. He beats me sometimes in chess. I'm like, man, I'm kind of like, okay, I need to get locked in. Like,
Mhm.
I'm kind of like, he
Yeah.
beat me.
Yeah.
And
You
he
don't
gets
even
there.
let him win.
No,
It's
I
like
don't.
he
I
actually
do not let him beat me in chess. When he beats me, he earned it.
Yeah.
Heck, I probably start off easy at first, let him beat me, but
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get harder and harder to a point to where he's genuinely beating me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we at with chess with him. But basketball might take a little more
Mm-hmm.
time for him to get there.
Yeah.
Just the size difference. But he'll get
he'll
there.
get there.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna surpass. I'm like, he's cooking me. He loves using that word, cooking me. But yeah, sports, watching movies. I love shows.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be selective in the shows that I watch, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, spend time with the kids and rest. Rest is always good. Sometimes my wife's like, "You're just gonna lay here today? Like, is that all you're gonna do? Is you're gonna lay on the sofa? Like, that's all you're doing?" I'm like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna do today. It's like usually Sundays.
Yeah.
It's like after basketball, I just lay. I'm just like a vegetable.
Yeah. Well, you've heard the term about like even laptops need a recharge.
Yeah.
So same for humans. You literally cannot do anything if you are not prioritizing rest.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Rest is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And the mental load rest, like
Mhm.
watching a movie, going to a play, or just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that, maybe like some
Yeah.
people talk about doom scrolling is like a big topic out here, and I can be guilty of it myself, being a
Mhm.
content creator. But I think sometimes a small amount of that can reset,
Yeah.
distract you. You think about nothing. I watch funny videos. That's like my thing. Basketball videos, funny videos, and car videos. Like I
Yeah.
tend to like, oh, that's a cool car. Wow, I just love cars.
Yeah.
I always like sports cars. And then like funny videos, just sometimes we're going to bed and I, I probably shouldn't do this, but I get my phone out and watch funny videos just to put me in this funny, fun mood.
Mm-hmm.
And I laugh out loud. And my wife's like, trying to sleep. She's like,
What are you laughing at?
what are you doing? Like, we're sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably go to the room or just finish this. I just laugh out loud. And I just love
Mm-hmm.
Key and Peele videos and just funny, goofy stuff, man. Just funny stuff. So
Yeah. Well,
those are my
awesome.
hobbies.
One final question. If you could give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Very good question. It's one I've always like, I feel like my answers always change on this.
Mm-hmm.
When people ask me, part of me thinks, had I known what I know now, would I have gotten to this point?
Mm.
Like sometimes people say, man, it's gonna be really hard. You're gonna have to make these sacrifices to be successful. Some people may not may not make the sacrifice because it's a lot of sacrifice early on. But at the end of the day, believe in yourself. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's probably the most important thing because there's always been times like I feel like it's natural. You can meet a leader, he's so confident, you think, man, this guy's fearless. But even that person definitely has doubts.
Mm-hmm.
And just believing in yourself. I saw that quote a while ago. Invest in yourself, believe in yourself because you're in control of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's very valuable to remember. And that's probably what I would tell myself is just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Vahid, for joining us and taking time out of your day. I think this will be a really great podcast for the community to listen to. We talked about some really great things in AI, all the different industries that Vahid is also involved in, and also Minority Asian Chamber and how all of that ties into everything together.
And you should consider hosting these regularly.
Oh, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, it'd be amazing.
This I got a little distracted. So, thank you, all of you who are watching and listening, for listening to our podcast and for letting me be the guest host today with my very own teammate Vahid Farzaneh. And we will see you in the next one.